So, welcome. We're going to get settled with our seated meditation. It's going to be a brief one. And the intention with this brief sit is to let yourself really seep into quality rather than quantity. So, we don't always need to have 30 minutes of silence to find that inner freedom. Can you really allow yourself the space that you need right here? So releasing any shoulds, any perfectionism, any unworthiness or not enoughness. Okay. Whatever is available right now is enough. So we're stepping onto the mat, stepping into this place of personal leadership to harness the freedom that's available to us right now in our bodies, in our minds. And we'll use that through today's yoga practice. So we're using this connection with our own bodies, with our breath, the relationship that we have with ourselves as a foundation for how we show up for others, how we show up as an example of what's possible, so that we can show up to really exude and express quality, integrity, honesty. So, not being in the place of proving, of having to be above and beyond, nothing more to produce or do, but really settling in, not just being okay with doing less, or sorry, not just the doing less and not just, oh, let me be okay with it, but even turning the dial all the way to finding a pleasure, finding joy in the spaciousness that opens up when we are in that place of being rather than fullness from doing. So, what does that feel like for you? Only you can know. And I just want to give you permission to use your breath to create space in the body, knowing that whatever space that you're creating in your body will send the messages to your mind, to your energy systems, that all is well. And we'll settle in here for just a little less than a minute, settling in to silence, settling towards your center. So, really letting your energetic body just come in for that soft landing towards your center, into the dense parts of your being, your bones, your organs, your tissues. Coming back. If your breath feels small, do you want to expand it? If your breath feels full, do you want to harness it? Does anything need to be different right now? Can you sit a little bit taller? Excuse me. And give yourself credit for this time, this space. this connection point with yourself. We'll bring hands heart center Anjali Mudra, preparing for that mantra, intention, motivation, dedication, inspiration, something that feels good that you'll carry with you through this day. And through this yoga practice. Slowly blinking your eyes open, separating your hands. We're going to press play on the playlist. So you can draw up your playlist here, and then we're going to press play in 3, 2, 1, play. And then coming back to your seat, 3 shoulder circles. Inhale, starting to activate through the upper shoulders, upper traps. Inhale up, exhale around. Last one. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands at your sides. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, breathing in. Exhale. Once again, and this time breathing in through the nose. If you want to give a little bit of sound out through the mouth. Inhale. Okay, last one. Hands in your lap. Let's interlace the fingers, reach the palms towards the sky. Exhale, rounding forward like a seated cat-cow. Last one. Exhale, hands in your lap. Switch the interlace, so it's going to be the other thumb in front. Reach those palms up. Feel length at the sides of the body. Exhale, round forward. Draw your belly button back. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, sitting tall. Maybe a baby back bend. Last one. Inhale, sit tall. Hands in your lap. Arms to a T. Exhale, twist towards your left. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale. 2 more. Excuse me, clearing out my throat chakra today. Sitting tall. So we don't want to compromise length to twist further. Keep that length in your spine, top priority. Coming back through the center. And then let's just side bend up and over. You just tick-tock, seesaw, let your weight move. You don't have to be too precise about it. Just feel how your weight shifts from side to side. Catch a little air through the center. Find that playful movement in the body. Inhale. Don't worry, you didn't miss much. And actually, we're just going to do it one more time. Coming through the center, interlace the hands. Flip the palms up. Exhale, rounding forward, seated cat-cow. Starting to move the spine, activate front body. Exhale, round your spine. Good, belly button draws back. Inhale, sit tall, hands in your lap. Switch up the interlace. Inhale, feel length on the sides of your body. Exhale, draw your belly button. Following your breath, let everything slow down. Inhale. Exhale, hands in your lap. Arms to a T. This time, twist towards your right. Inhale to the center. Tee your arms. Use your belly to lift the spine up tall. Inhale. Exhale, twist. So we're really keeping the hips centered as you let the twist happen at the center of your body. The last one, inhale to the center. Exhale so you can really feel grounding through the sit bones. That stable base. Exhale to the center. 3 shoulder circles. Letting go of any stress that maybe came in as a distraction or is holding on from your dream state. This is your time, your practice. Okay, coming towards our tabletop position. If your wrists are sensitive and you're on a soft floor, you can always come up onto wrists. So let's start with our easy hip circles. If you want to add on that barrel of the belly, you can, so that you're getting like a combination of your cat-cow and your hip circles. And if you want to add on your neck, you can do that too. Let it get a little bit weird. Find your breath. And it's fine to just keep it simple with those hip circles, starting to spread your fingers, turn on your hands. Press your shins into the mat, or if the toes are tucked, you're pressing the balls of the feet down, helping to activate through that chain up the leg, impacting sacrum, core. Other direction if you didn't already change. About 3 more. Good. Okay, come back to your tabletop. This time you're going to look over the right shoulder, draw your right hip and your right shoulder closer together, so it's a little bit of a side bend. You can look back, and then other direction. Couple more. Lift your belly up, creating that lateral movement in the vertebra. Okay, come back to the center. Let's do cat-cow. Drop your belly. Exhale, let your breath lead you. Inhale. Exhale, rounding. Pull your belly button towards the sky. Drop your head. 2 more. Can you keep the arms really strong and straight, like you're ready to do a handstand? Okay, come back to the center. We're going to take knee circles on the right side. Great, and if you're just joining, we're going to keep you muted so you don't show up on the recording. And we're just getting started with movement, so you haven't really missed out on anything. Warm up the wrists a little bit if you need to. Other direction with that knee, we're on the right side. And if you need to take a couple cat-cow to warm up your spine, you can do that. Okay, through the center, coming to the left side. Knee circles, either direction. We're warming up the hips. And don't forget about the upper spine. So can you really allow your neck to be an extension of your spine so that the head isn't dropping down? The back of the head presses towards the sky to help activate that upper core. Other direction with your knee. Lift your belly, activate the core. It's like you're doing a plank position in the torso. And we're finding this personal power, inner freedom, personal leadership as we move our body through the yoga practice. Okay, back through the center, child's pose. Knees come wide. Draw the hips back. You can tent your hands, tented fingertips, which helps to lift the wrist, the elbows away from the earth, creating a little bit more space at the front of the armpit there, that lymphatic region. And if you're trying to catch up on the playlist, we're about halfway through that song, Moonlight. One more breath. Inhale, forward, tabletop. Stick your right foot back of the mat. Now kick that foot towards the sky, and then straighten the leg and bend it. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Pause. Tap the knee behind the left leg. Back up. 2. Back up. Last one. Back up. Straighten that leg. Place it back to the mat. And then we're coming to our side plank variation. Spin that foot all the way down and come up balancing on the left side. You can take your hand to the hip or all the way up. Really plant your right foot to the earth. And if you feel steady there, draw your right hand over past the ear so you're reaching long, creating that side angle, right side. Pausing there, or if it's easy, you can raise your right foot, maybe grab the foot for a quad stretch. Whatever you are doing right now is enough. Find your breath. Remember, when we do less, creates that space for more joy, more pleasure, more presence in the moment, prepared to receive. Okay, straighten that leg back out. We're not done yet. We're going to touch elbow to knee, like a side crunch here. Inhale, reach. Exhale. See if you can tap the knee and the elbow. Yeah, last one. Inhale, reach. High plank. Reset through the center, and we're going to pulse back through the heels. So we're opening up the Achilles, the calf, bottoms of the feet. Pulse it back. We're in our high plank, so your seat is pretty low here. Yeah, better, good. Activate the core. Okay, tabletop, drop the knees. Left foot back of the mat. Stick that left foot towards the sky. Straighten it, bend it. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend, pause. Now we're going to tap the left knee behind the right leg. 3, 2, it's bent so that the foot is still kind of reaching towards the sky. Tap one more time. Back up, pause, straighten out that back leg, put it to the earth, spin it down for the side plank variation. Take your time to find your balance. There's no rush here. Strong center. The more you press into your right shin down to the earth, that will help you with your balance. And if you have the toes tucked, that's okay too. And if you're ready, take your arm up overhead, grazing right next to the ear. Feel that connection between the outside edge of your left foot all the way through those fingertips. And then if you want, you can lift the left foot to the height of your hip or grab the foot for that quad stretch. You got it. Breathe into your balance. And if you lose it, it's okay to just come right back into it. 2 more breaths. Release the foot, reach long, and 3 times we're going to tap elbow to knee. Yep, stay lifted through the center, through your core, really lifted. You got it. Let's do one more. High plank, reset. So lift your belly, lower your hips, and then pulse back through the ankles. Heels reach back. And we just started the song Roses, if you're trying to keep up or find your way on the playlist. Okay, drop the knees. We're going to do a child's pose, but this time keep your knees together. So it's actually, we call this, pretend you're in the womb and just curl up like a ball. Feel how your body presses against the legs. Opposite of that long extension of the spine. Just curling into yourself. Okay, sit all the way up, swing your legs around. Place your feet out in front of you. Hands behind you. So your choice, direction of the fingers, whatever feels best for you. And we're taking our reverse tabletop. So you're activating through the glutes, hamstrings. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Yep, you got it. Pretend there's a block between your legs and you're squeezing it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Create that lightness in the body using the power of your legs. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, you're going to do 2 more like that. Or if you want to add on, you lift the hips up. And then as you exhale, sweep your hips through the arms. Lift your belly so that you don't touch the earth. And if it feels awkward, like, oh no, my body can never do this, you'd be amazed if you just try it a couple times over the next 2 weeks, and you might find your way, because oftentimes it's a little bit more about coordination, a little bit less about how strong you are. Okay, lower your hips, shake out the hands. And now we're going to wrap the arms around the legs and just let your body fall forward. You can rest your forehead on the forearms. See if you can create something for the forehead to rest on, whether that's your arms or your fists. So you're finding that place, yep, where you can really relax over the legs. Find that same quality of the last child's pose we did. Okay, inhale to sit tall. Exhale, we're going to start to rock and roll. Massage your spine, rolling like a ball. So you can find momentum, you can keep it slow. Move your body in space. Couple more. And as you're ready, you fold one shin in front of the other to find your way up and over, and we'll meet in downward dog. Let's take the hands a little bit wider than usual. So you're going to take your hands as wide as the yoga mat, turn them out a little bit. Same thing with the feet. Take your feet as wide as the yoga mat. So it might even feel a little bit like your body is in that star shape. That's okay. Drop the knees, child's pose. We're going to do a vinyasa, just flowing, matching breath to movement, child's pose to downward dog. And you can keep your limbs pretty wide there. So inhale up, exhale, downward dog. So we take this upside down V shape to create length in the arms, lengthen the legs. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, child's pose. Continue to flow with your breath. So you can even find a little bit of that transition point, that place where you're breathing in and breathing out between the shapes. Good. Can you keep your arms really straight? Even that slight external rotation, so you really let the eye of the elbow point towards each other. Last one. Feel this strength, the center of the body. And then when you're in your downward dog this time, shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Bend your knees, walk your hands back of the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. So you can bring your feet a little closer now. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale 2 more times. Turn on your legs, lengthen your spine. It's okay if you come up pretty high here. Whatever you need to do to feel long spine. Okay, walk your hands out, downward dog. We're just going to do a couple more things for building heat. So feet are now going to walk towards the hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, walk your feet back again. Tiptoe, tiptoe. And then hands to the back of the mat. Bend your knees a lot if you need to. Drop your head, shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Halfway lift, inhale. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, walk those hands out, you got it. Feel the length and then walk your feet up. Uttanasana, forward fold, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more, your pace, your rhythm. Nothing to rush for, nothing to keep up with. Whatever is available in your body today is enough, so you can be here now. Let's meet in downward dog. Drop your knees tabletop. And then we'll take 2 cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to step the right foot forward. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Lift your torso up, reach the arms up. We'll let it be simple. And now, if you want to let your hips drop forward to get that hip flexor stretch, you can. Inhale, draw your hips over that back knee again. Exhale, let it fall forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, drop it forward. Pause. Interlace your fingers. Press into this front thigh. So you might even come back slightly because we're helping to engage the front body here. And as you squeeze your left glute, you're going to feel it across the front of the hip. Do you feel it? Feel it more? Okay, squeeze that left glute more if you don't feel it. You feel it, everybody? Okay. Right here? Okay, good. That's an intense one. If you want to add on, you either stay here or interlace the fingers, flip it up. Give a little bit of a side bend to the right to deepen the stretch. I'm going to stay right here, but you just go ahead if you want that. Press more into your left shin, or if the toes are tucked, pressing really into that back leg. Okay, inhale, release everything to the earth, and then we're just going to scissor the hips forward and back to get a little bit more length for that right leg. If you want to use your blocks, go ahead. No such thing as too much support. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. You're coaxing that length. So oftentimes when we're getting a hamstring stretch, we automatically are thinking of this long pulling, tugging. down the length of the leg. What happens if you start to really press into your right foot and imagine a spreading, a horizontal spreading across the back of the leg? So you're counteracting that natural length and stretch with this widening and spreading of the muscle. Yeah, we're just using the power of our mind, but hey, it works. Good. Okay, drop the hips forward, move your blocks out of the way. This time we're taking our three-legged dog. If you haven't done it before, just watch me. Most important thing is that you want your hands to plant, arms are straight, and then you're opening up. We're gonna bend the top knee and take knee circles, pretty big ones here. One direction. We were doing this in tabletop earlier, so now we're doing it in the three-legged dog. Other direction, stirring in the hip. Your shoulders stay square to the mat. Arms are super strong. Yep, you got it. You can keep that knee bent as you move it in circles all the way out to the sides. So rather than just up and, yeah, there you go. Then you're really working those external glutes there. Okay, take your downward dog. Pause here or a child's pose. In my opinion, no such thing as too much child's pose. Great shape for integration. Great shape to connect with the breath. Preparing for the other side, stepping the left foot forward so you can come through tabletop or just step it forward from downward dog. Untitled low lunge, left foot forward. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, drop your hips. Inhale, bring them over that back knee again. Exhale, simple shape, adding some movement. Still lifting through the belly. So you can feel here how there's a, we call it the co-contraction, but it's your back body and front body working together. So even when we talk about back pain, one of the reasons that some people have that pain in the back is because there's not enough stability through this front body, and the back muscles are actually just working a little bit harder than they really need to create support. So we're always looking at how do we use one part of the body to create strength so that we can create length in an opposite area of the body. Okay, fold forward this time. Let your hands drop down. Just adjust if you need to. And then we're going to interlace the hands and we're pressing into that front thigh. And that might help to pull you back from the earth a little bit. Activate through your right glute. Get that deep stretch for the right hip flexor. It's always interesting to me how the sides feel so different. What's happening with your neck and your shoulders? Can you really isolate this movement to the front of the pelvis? Good. Squeeze that right glute again. If you want more, flip the palms up. Take a little bit of that side bend over to the right. Two more breaths. You got this. Creating strength and stability. Yep, good. I see that lift. Looking good. Nice and tall. Okay, this time release the hands. Exhale all the way to the earth. Use the blocks if you need them. And we're rocking that saw forward and back with the hips to coax length into the left hamstring. So sometimes when we create movement, I find that it really helps to connect more with the breath. And when we connect with the breath, sometimes the body just gives us a little bit more freedom compared to that static stretch. And when you move the hips forward, you can really press into the left foot, and there's that connection at the bottom of the foot that sends information all the way up the leg. So oftentimes proprioception, it's a two-way street. There's a loop there. Information coming in, information going out. There's a processing that happens. Sometimes I like to ask myself, where is the control center of my body? Is it in my brain? Is it in my heart? Sometimes I really do think it's in the breath. There's a little bit of magic that happens. Okay, this time let your hips fall forward, move the blocks out of the way, prepare for your three-legged dog. So plant the hands. You want your arms super strong before you add on that movement. You can externally rotate, bend the top knee, shoulders stay facing the earth, and add on your knee circles. So really letting it come all the way out to the side. Yeah, so you're pointing your knee. You can keep your foot pretty close to the glute to point that knee around, and then other direction. Woo! Okay, downward dog. This time, walk your feet all the way to the hands, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Woo! Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Stand tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms reach up. Hands through the heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Lift your belly, drop your tail. Turn on your legs. Inhale up. Lift the arches of your feet. Inhale, grab your right wrist. Side bend up and over to the left. Inhale to the center. Let's actually take the right foot, slip it behind the left foot. Am I saying the right thing? And then side bend up and over. A little bit deeper stretch for the hip. Inhale to the center. Let's do one more that same direction. Inhale up. Exhale through the mouth as you clear your energy. Inhale up. Switch the legs. So now you're going to grab your left wrist, and it's the left foot slipping behind the right. Side bend up and over. Can you get equal energy through both feet? Inhale to the top. Exhale, side bend. Okay, last one. Inhale up. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale up. Unwind the legs. Dive it forward. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Step it back. Downward dog. This time we're going to step the left foot forward first. And we're coming towards that same forward fold, but I want you to actually take, the way we're getting into it is taking the right knee all the way out to the right. I'll show you from this direction. And so you're going to lift your knee all the way out to the side, like we're taking that hip circle, and then step it down. So now you can try it. Yeah, so you're really working the side glute. So step the left foot forward all the way up. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale. Inhale, reach it up. Extended mountain pose. You can take your baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. This time, step the left foot back, high crescent. Hands can stay at the hips or rise up towards the sky. Back leg is super straight. If this is too much for you, put the back knee down. Otherwise, sit into it. Trust the strength of your front leg. You got this. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, twist towards your right and open up the arms. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist. See if you can keep your hips right where they are. Only move your upper body. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist. Pause. Take your easy twist, so the left hand all the way to the earth as you hold the twist. Grab the block if you need it, and then let's take 3 arm circles. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Okay, this time we're going to step the back foot up. We're coming towards our pyramid variation. You can grab your blocks. The back heel is going to stay up. So keep it pretty wide. Normally in pyramid, you put the back foot down, but we're keeping the heel up here to just create a little bit more space for the low back so that we can get into the hamstring stretch on the right side. And if you need to double stack your blocks to keep length in your spine, that's fine. If you have the flexibility, that space to fold at the hips, maybe you go lower, but we are not rounding. You got it? If you want to add on, you can take both hands over to the right, or maybe you just pause there. Another option is to take your right thumb into the right hip crease and just draw it back. So where can you engage with your pose without forcing it? Where can you engage with this shape to let the pose work for you rather than against you? Because it's not easy, and yet we can still seek ease within the pose. Okay, we're taking our hands all the way around to the left. So you pivot your feet all the way around, keep going to the back of the mat, all the way around, all the way around. Now you're in that same pyramid on the other side. And if you want, take your hands over to the left. We're not going to stay for long here. Just a quick visit. Okay, take your hands all the way back around towards the top of the mat again. Woo. Step that foot back to your high crescent. Move your blocks. Inhale, arms reach up. Take your hands behind the head this time and just let your head rest in the hands. Open the chest, baby back bend. It can be really a micro movement here, or even just that surrender to let your head rest in the hands and create traction at the back of your neck. Straighten that back leg. Even more, even more. There you go. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hands to your heart, hands to the earth, your version of vinyasa. Or you can follow me all the way to the earth. Baby cobra. Downward dog. Okay, so now we're going to do it on the right side. The right foot steps first, and you're going to bring your left knee all the way out to the side, stepping forward into your Ardha Uttanasana. So we're just activating the side of the hip. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, standing tall. Hands to your heart, hands at your sides. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift. Right foot steps back. So now you're on your high crescent with the left foot forward. Inhale up. You can leave your hands at your hips, that's fine. Focus on the legs. Straighten out that back leg even more. I know you got it in you. Even a little more. Blue pants. A little more. Press your back heel back and then sit into that front leg. Okay, now we're going to twist. Open up the arms, twist towards your left. Inhale, back up. If you need to drop the back knee, go ahead, but I think you're strong enough. Straighten out that back leg even more. Twist. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist. Pause. Take your right hand all the way to the earth. Easy twist. Can you straighten that back leg even more? Blue pants. You got it. Yeah, now I see it. And then 3 arm circles. Inhale up. Like a windmill. Energy still reaching through that left foot. Large arm circle. You got it. Okay, hands to the earth. Step the back foot up. Coming to pyramid variation. Use your blocks. Let the pose work for you. Get enough support where you don't feel like your spine is taking over too much of your attention. So you find the length in the spine and then really focus on coaxing that length through the hamstring. So the horizontal spreading that we talked about earlier, you just imagine that group of hamstring muscles getting wide across the back of your leg, counteracting that pulling down the length. And then let's take our hands over to the left, or you can take your left thumb into the left hip crease to drop back. A little personal assist there, but keep everything square as you do that. So we don't want to create too much of a twist. Even as we take our arms over to the left, there's a little bit of a side bend happening, but we don't want to twist too much, because when we twist, we're going to change the shape of the spine, orientation of the pelvis. Okay, hands are going to come all the way to the right. Twist your feet all the way around. Keep going, all the way to the back of the mat. Quick little visit on the other side. You might even start to feel a little bit of the opening. Okay, let's come all the way back around, front of the mat. Pause here just for a breath. Move your blocks off to the side, and then move through your vinyasa. Hope I didn't forget anything. I think we were even on both sides there, but sometimes, okay, sometimes I really wonder. We're going to meet in downward dog. Great vinyasa. I loved what I just saw. And let's do that funny step forward again, but let's start with the right foot. So right foot steps, left knee out to the side. It's like that fire hydrant pose. Woo. Okay. Inhale halfway. Exhale. This time we're going to take a chair pose. If you have a block, go ahead and put the block between your knees. Drop your hips, lift your torso. Chair pose has always been a really big challenge for me. So if you have it in you to go deeper, just go for it. But I also want you to make sure, because sometimes I see this, your feet are pretty close together, but then you have the block. So I want to make sure that you have enough space between the feet, that your shins are still perpendicular to the earth so that they're not on a diagonal, because we don't want to put too much tweak on the knee there. Let's just pulse it down. Hands can be at the heart or lifting up. Good. Activate through the inner thigh, through the outer hip. Lift your belly. Pause with the hips down. Lift your heels, drinking bird. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, drop your heels. We're going to do 2 more. Squeeze that block. Inhale, you got it. Exhale. Can you come back to gratitude? 1 more. This time, splash up and out of the water, reach up and back. You can hook the thumbs. Exhale, dive it all the way forward. You can keep the block where it is. Inhale, halfway lift. And now you move the block off to the side. Move through your version of vinyasa. You can lower to the earth. You can chaturanga. I'm going to hold a plank. On your way to downward dog, finding what you need in your body today, which could be different from yesterday, last week. This time, starting with the left foot stepping forward. You can use your own arm to assist the leg forward. And then let's take that roundabout knee out to the side. Fire hydrant, activating the side hip. Woo, halfway lift. Exhale. Drop your hips. Add the block. Chair pose. Uttanasana. Lower your hips. Activate through the legs. Pulse it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause down. Let's take that drinking bird. Inhale, lift the heels. Tricep press back. Exhale, drop your heels. Sit into it. Inhale. Super straight arms. Exhale. Last one. Splash up and out of the water. Hook the elbows. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the block right where it is. Halfway lift. We're going to keep the block between the knees. If you need to adjust it a little bit so you have more space for your belly, that's okay. Halfway lift. Bend your knees a lot. We're going to wrap our arms around the legs like you're giving yourself a hug, pulling it in like a Uttanasana variation. So arms are working, but can you relax your neck? There you go. Good job. Now release your arms. Take your peace sign fingers around the toes. And we're going to pull with the biceps. A lot of work for the arms. It's okay for the knees to be bent. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. So you're pulling so much, and then you lift your shoulders up away from the ears. Yeah, and face your palms towards each other. Pull the elbows away. Pull, 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 pull. You can do it. One more pull. Let's see those elbows bend. And if your elbows aren't bending, bend your knees even more to bring yourself closer to the feet. There you go. And bring those arms out to the side. So it's a lot of work for the arms. Okay, release, halfway lift. Exhale, keep the block right where it is. Stand all the way up. 5, rolling up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms up to the ceiling. I know what we forgot. All we forgot was the neck traction. So we're going to do it right now. Rest your head in your hands and let your head fall back. Activate the legs. Can you press the block back like it's just going to shoot behind you, helping to activate the upper leg? Inhale to the center, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Now you can remove the block, halfway lift. Exhale, sit your seat down towards your feet, and we're going to come towards our Navasana boat pose. Couple variations here. You can hold behind the knees. You can have the feet up. You can have the arms forward. You can have the arms up. You can have everything straight. Find your version. Good. Yeah, and most basic is right here, and it's still a lot of work. Yep, you got it. Lifting through the spine. Trying as much as you can to relax the hip flexors, but it's okay if they're working a little bit because we do have engagement there at the hip. But see if you can just put even more work and attention to the core. Okay, rock and roll. Exhale. This time up and over to downward dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Inhale, high plank. Lower your body to the earth. It's okay to drop the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. Hands underneath your shoulders, baby cobra. Exhale. Squeeze your elbows in, baby cobra. Elbows tight in towards the body. Pause here. Feet are still touching the earth. Try to keep your gaze towards the top of the mat so that you're not twisting your neck. And then if you want to add on, just lift your hands, hovering. Yep, right there. So we're still keeping the lower body attached to the mat. One more breath. Exhale, release everything down. Rock side to side, shake out the hips. Inhale, baby cobra. Squeeze your elbows in. Pause here. This time, lift your feet. Squeeze them a little closer. Kiss those feet together. Legs are super, super straight. And now lift your hands floating up above the mat. And if it's available, inhale, reach the arms long in front of you. Superwoman. Exhale, elbows pull in, goalpost arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Hands under the shoulders. Release everything down. Good. Breathe. Shake it out. Now we're going to bend at the knees. So your feet come towards the sky. You can keep your head planted. Sorry, head planted. Forehead on the earth. Or you can turn your head to one side. So depending what feels good in your body, it's okay for me to keep my forehead down. And now we're just going to take those egg beater legs. So we're doing circles with the legs. And right now you do one leg one direction, other leg you're going out and out, or you're going in and in. So they kind of have to take turns. It feels like an egg beater. Yep. And so it might be that you're doing a figure 8, which is different than letting one go out, the other go out. One go out, the other go out. Or one go in, the other one go in. So now switch directions so that it's either out or in, the opposite that you just did. This is really good for our brain, working the right and left hemispheres. Come to the center now. And now you're going to do the figure 8. So they're going opposite. So one is going forward, one is going back. And let them come back around. A little bit of a tongue twister here for the brain, for the legs. Good. And we're also, as we're doing this, getting that passive range of motion for the top of the femur, which can really help to release glute tension, sciatica tension, even hamstring tension. Okay, other direction with your figure 8. You got it. It's simple. Slow it down if you need to, if the brain can't figure out what's going on. Good. Last one. Come back to the center, roll out your ankles. And now we're going to take our Tibetans resting pose. If you've never done it before, feel free to watch me. Actually, I'll show you standing up. So you're laying on the earth as is, and you're going to take we'll start on the left side, your left knee up towards the armpit, and then your left arm will bend and your right arm will come at your side. And you turn towards the left, so you're resting on your right cheek. Now you can try it. Yeah, we'll start on. Okay, I just did the left side, but let's do the right side because that's what you're doing. So right knee up, right elbow bends. You're looking towards your right, so you're resting on the left cheek. Yep, just like that, Tibetan's resting pose. And if you want to create darkness for gazing inward, you can take your palm over the eyes, over the right eye socket. And now it's a chance to let go, chance to surrender. Time for integration. You might feel your body pressing against the earth. Soft breath, gentle heart. We were talking about personal leadership earlier. So there comes a time and a place where we have to ask ourselves, is this a time for me to speak up and speak out? Is this a time for me to listen? So just creating a little bit of space here to listen to your body. And so maybe it is that we're doing less. And at the same time, we're becoming more emotionally available for ourselves, a little bit more full within. Being able to decipher those moments of expression compared to moments of pause. As we prepare to turn to the other side, see if you can take this quality of mm, making as little movement as possible and using compassion with your body as you start to move your limbs. So you'll straighten out your right leg and start to draw the left arm up as you turn your head to the other side. Rest your right arm down at your side, palm facing up, and then you're drawing that left knee. Tibetan's resting pose on the other side. Setting yourself up, adding on that cover over the left eye socket if you want it. So it really gets to be as complicated as we make it. Are we willing to let it be simple? Are we stuck in the past? Are we worried about the future? Can we have that courage to be here in the present? Being here in the now, really more available for the unknown, which can feel scary, but once we start to do it more and more, that's where we find those little pockets of hope, those little pockets of miracles, of unexpected blessings. Maybe even the experiences where it feels like things are starting to go our way. And maybe even if it's just being available to celebrate those who you love, to celebrate the people around you, where you can witness their unexpected blessings as a mirror so that you know if it's possible for somebody else, it's possible for you. A couple moments here to just settle in, bathing in your unlimited potential. Let your body get heavy. A couple more breaths to just finish off this side, to gather everything back up. You'll place your left hand underneath your left shoulder, starting to prepare to come more upright. You can even swing your left leg under to lay all the way onto your right side. And then slowly start to press yourself up. Let your head hang down. Coming to our Sukhasana, easy seat. And then let's just fold forward over the legs. A little bit of a hip stretch. If you want to switch sides, other shin in front, just folding forward. And then start to find your comfortable seat. If you need your supports or your meditation cushion, sometimes I like to take the blocks and create this longer, wide base to sit on. Space for the sit bones to spread. And then as you sit tall, let your belly soften. So just coming back to that same place of surrender where you could feel the front body really just falling into the earth. Some feedback there, maybe even some pressure. And you can just feel now how your body softens against your clothing, taking up as much space as you need, quieting your mind. If you weren't here for the beginning of class and you want to set your intention, go ahead. If you had that intention at the beginning of class, just drawing it back, trying it on, what has changed? How has the yoga practice created space in your mind? Is it enough? So really harnessing your personal power to move forward through this day, no matter what's happening in your environment and in your atmosphere, not depending on what is required of you. So knowing that the way you show up, the way you do whatever's in front of you, whatever's on the table, the way you do it is the priority over what gets done. My mentor keeps saying, how you do the work is the work. And so we can really look at that. Am I asking myself to do too much? Can I come from a place of pride and dignity in the tasks ahead of me, in my action steps? Can I let this personal leadership, personal power stay at the center so that I can sit on this throne? Honesty, integrity, inner freedom. We'll breathe in and out together one time to seal the practice. Exhale to prepare. Breathing in and releasing it all out. Breathing out. Exhale. Thank you. Namaste. If you're here for the replay, always happy to hear how the class went for you in the comments, and you can always find the playlist in the description. And so happy to have everybody.